Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Starlux Games, they sent over this Darkridge reunion. It's a killer party game. I could probably play this actually for Thanksgiving, and we're gonna do an unboxing. I only took this out of the box that it was shipped in, so I haven't even opened it. I didn't even really read the directions or anything yet. Just some information about it. It can take from 60 to 90 minutes. It's indoor and outdoor, and it can be from 6 to 12 players. It's just me out here. This is my fault, honestly. I apologize to Starlux Games. I should have read more about what the game was. I just saw that it was like a killer type of game, so I was, like, of course I want to play this. Opening the box, this is what's inside. I'll share everything that's included. So it says, welcome back. Need an orientation. There's a how-to video that you can scan the QR code. You can take a group photo. So here are the directions. It says you're invited to a chilling high school reunion game of deceit and murder. Part who done it, part who will do it. Each player portrays a character with their own goals and secret mission. This thrilling action game experience offers players a chance to role play, strategize, forge alliances, move from room to room, and in some cases literally assault each other with a glowing dagger, which there's a little weapon included. There's a little piece of paper that you can pull out to obviously light it up. Now is the time to pull out your old high school memories, grudges, and revenge tactics. Not everyone got what they deserved in high school. Where this reunion takes place in multiple rooms where guests can meet up with their old friends to secretly form strategies, score points, and even kill. What to wear. Dress as your character if you wish, and be sure to wear flat shoes in case you find yourself fleeing the slasher. You might also find yourself acting as a slasher, so wear something that can hide the dagger. How, upon arrival, players receive 3 things: a character card with 3 characters to choose from, a secret mission card, which among other options could designate you as a slasher, and an artifact card that gives you special powers. If you die, you'll become a ghost with your own grim objectives. So the introduction here from the reunion committee. Welcome to Darkridge High Reunion. Whether you were a jock, geek, or rebel, we hope you've brought some fun high school stories and your wits. Because let's face it, some of us weren't so nice. Some were even violent. So the overview is that this is a dynamic whodunit party game played over 3 rounds. Players act as grown-up jocks, geeks, or rebels at a reunion where characters suddenly start dying. Each person has a character with their own choice of goals, a secret mission, and an artifact that gives them a one-time use special power. One player will be chosen as a slasher, wielding the vicious dagger, a safe foam weapon. Even if you die, you still get to play as a ghost. In Act 1, the players meet and greet each other, form alliances, and role play. Nobody gets killed, nor can they accomplish their goals or mission until the next act. In Act 2, the action really gets started. The slasher can use the dagger to kill people, as can anyone whose artifacts empower them to do so, but they must do so in private and avoid getting caught. Players can start accomplishing their goals and secret missions. Characters who die join the ghost team and compete to score points. Things come to a head in Act 3. Everyone moves on to their second goal: to accomplish secret missions, use artifacts, or kill. When Act 3 concludes, teams get one final chance to score more points by successfully identifying the slasher, but they lose by making the wrong accusation. Tally up the final score to see who wins, the jocks, geeks, rebels, or ghosts. So then moving on to this, it says, this guidebook. Before starting, choose between beginner or advanced mode. In beginner mode, players don't get artifacts and they don't turn into ghosts when they die, so you'll be able to ignore those rules. You also only play for the first 2 acts. Advanced mode elements have a special A symbol next to them. Everyone should know this is a dynamic game where other players might startle or even chase them. Anyone uncomfortable with this should participate as a spectator only. Here's everything else you'll need: the contents of this box, a game space with at least 3 areas where players can interact privately, the more areas the better, a table or counter to set out the cards and dagger, a way to track time. 6 to 12 players is what y'all need to play this. And it says ages 12 and up. Assign each player a character with an even distribution of jocks, geeks, and rebels. You may assign players randomly or choose them. If you want players to dress up, be sure to assign roles in advance. You should also prep the secret mission cards, set aside the slasher and sheriff cards, then randomly draw cards equal to the number of players minus 2. Shuffle the slasher and sheriff cards back into the stack of chosen cards and set the unchosen ones aside. This ensures that the slasher and sheriff are always in the game. Place the Are You Dead ghost card at the top of the ghost card stack. On to after the players arrive. It's finally time for our class reunion. What a great chance to remember high school. The most important part of the game is your character. Based on who you were in high school, you're either a jock, rebel, or geek. Your card also tells you who you were in high school, and you get to pick who your character is now. Who you are now determines your goals for the game, so pick one that sounds especially fun. Each act you have a different goal, and in acts 2 and 3, each time you accomplish one, you score a point for your team. Next, everyone draws a secret mission card. Do not show this card to other players. Choose the mission option that most appeals to you. The harder the mission, the more points you could score. After the game starts, there's no changing missions, and you only score points for accomplishing a secret mission once. Each person draws 2 random artifacts from the pouch. Rules and effects for each artifact are described on the back of each card. Pick your favorite of the 2, then return the second to the pouch. You may keep your chosen card private or show it off. All artifacts are a one-time use and should be returned to the pouch after being used. All cards are designed to fit a special way into your ID holder. Place the secret mission and artifact cards in the slot at the bottom of the back side of the ID holder. It just shows how the cards should be placed in the lanyard and what the cards look like and what they're saying on them. Whoever drew the slasher secret mission needs to hide the dagger. To do this, place the dagger in the center of the group. Everyone closes their eyes, plugs their ears, and counts down from 30, varying their loudness and occasionally going silent. The slasher takes the dagger and hides it somewhere, in a pocket or in their bag most likely. When the count reaches 0, everyone opens their eyes. So let's move on now to the acts. Act 1 is called Meet and Greet. During Act 1, everyone should reintroduce themselves as their characters move around and interact. At the end of the night, the team with the highest combined scores wins, so you want to strategize about how to accomplish your goals and secret missions and use or trade artifacts. We recommend playing music to help set the mood, allow characters to communicate privately, and to signify the start and end of each act. During Act 1, you can't use artifacts, accomplish goals, or secret missions, and the slasher can't kill anyone. This is just innocent conversation. Act 2 is called the real action. So goals and missions, remember you're competing against other teams. When pursuing your character goal or secret mission, strive to make your character authentic and give other players a reason to engage with you. Each goal is worth 1 point each time it's accomplished with a new character and can only be fulfilled when in private with one other character, meaning that the 2 of you are out of sight of other players or that no one is paying attention to either of you. They can be pursued as described on each individual card. Killing. If you're the slasher or have the poison artifact, you might decide to kill someone. Do so by showing them the poison artifact or by touching them with the lit dagger. Yes, the dagger must glow red to count. You may only kill in private. It pays to be stealthy. If a player sees the dagger before being touched, they can scream or run. This is critically important. Players must die silently, even if the dying player is the slasher. There's a whole thing about ghosts. If you want to do the advanced mode, I would do the beginner mode just because I've never played this before or did any of these. And it says, decide as a group how long you want this round to last. The reunion committee recommends 30 to 50 minutes. Set a time and begin. Also note that if you're playing beginner mode, the game ends at the conclusion of Act 2. If you want to do advanced mode and do Act 3, it's called the final act. Everyone should gather in the starting area. Any used artifact card should be returned to the pouch. Teammates can spend a few minutes talking. No one can use artifacts or dagger during this interlude. Act 3 begins. You can no longer accomplish your Act 2 goal. Work on Act 3. And it plays out the same as Act 2, but with a shorter time limit. They suggest 20 minutes. And then the ending is everyone should gather to tally up each team's score. The Jocks, Rebels, and Geeks add their points together for each goal and secret mission accomplished by the remaining living members of the team. Ghosts score points for each ghost who remained undetected until collecting a ghost objective card and for each objective accomplished. That's for advanced mode. There's a score chart here to keep track. One final step remains for determining the winner: accusations. Each living team can bet up to their total number of points to accuse one player of being the slasher. A team may accuse their own teammate but score no points for doing so, and ghosts don't vote. All 4 teams share their points total. The living team with the highest score then reveals how many points they want to bet and makes their accusation first. Once the other votes are cast, the slasher identifies themselves and each team either gains or loses the points they wagered. And then whoever has the most points wins. You can play this, I guess, as many times as you want. So that's what the score chart looks like for all the Jocks, Geeks, Rebels, and Ghosts. Let's move into the inside of the box. I guess I'll start with maybe objectives or ghost objectives these are. This is the first one here. It says, are you dead? Welcome. A few notes about the afterlife. You have a new team, which is the ghost team. You may only speak in whispers, but are free to cry and wail as loud as you desire. There's no touching the living, but you will want to interact with them. You can still win from the grave. How to score. Earn 2 points if you die and no one notices you're dead until you reach this card. Earn 2 more points each time you accomplish a ghost objective. When selecting an objective, you may draw 2 cards, pick your favorite, and place the other one at the bottom of the stack. Fulfilled objectives should be placed at the front of your ID holder, collecting them as you succeed. I'm actually just intrigued to see like what these objectives are. We're gonna go through all of them. First, follow a presumed innocent player around for 5 minutes, whispering, "Murderer, murderer." Stare at one character across the room until they notice you. Continue doing so for 3 full minutes, following them as needed. Wander around moping and weeping for a full 5 minutes. Clasp hands with 2 other ghosts and encircle a living character while softly singing, "Ring around the rosy." Each ghost who participates earns points. Eavesdrop on 2 people without being seen for at least 3 consecutive minutes, then mock them in a whisper. Stand in a doorway, silent or weeping, and don't move out of the way for 5 minutes. Dance in an empty room until at least 2 living characters walk in on you. Freeze in the position of your gruesome death for 5 minutes in the same position and room where you died. Wander around the game space, whispering the word "murder" over and over again for 5 minutes. Follow a player within 1 or 2 feet of them for 5 minutes, not saying a word. Jump out and scare someone enough to get an audible reaction. Find 2 players speaking in private, whisper so loudly and annoyingly that they separate, following them if needed. Make an anguished death grimace as you walk in circles around living characters for 3 minutes. Get a character to promise to kill another character. If they agree, retrieve an artifact of your choice from the pouch and give it to them. Freeze in the position of your gruesome death for 5 minutes, but in a different room than where you were killed. So those are the ghost objectives. Underneath that layer, these are the ID holders. These are nice. I'll come back to them. Let's do the secret missions. Here are the secret mission cards. This is what they look like. Now on the other side of them, some of them have this little A, which shows that it's advanced mode. So that's just something to keep in mind if you want to do beginner. But I'll just go through all of them so we can, see what these are saying here. So this one is called Saint. The souls of your classmates need saving and you're ready to help them. Choose only one mission. Do so before Act 1. Touch every character on the arm and whisper a blessing. Soothe the ghost by singing to them for at least 3 minutes. Get someone to relinquish a deadly artifact and return it to the pouch. You can choose one of them to do. Honestly, I would probably touch every character on the arm and whisper a blessing. I don't think I could sing to someone for 3 minutes. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell y'all which mission I would do if I was each character here. The next is called Matchmaker. And this is, you believe 2 characters here belong together. Choose players from different teams and different from yours. So you can stoke their love through cooperation, get them to trade artifacts, get them to hold hands and take a photo of them doing so, get one of them to propose marriage to the other. I would do the hold hands and take a picture. Helper. So it says, you were a jerk in high school, you want to make up for it. In private, offer to help at least half of the other characters. If more than half the characters survive, your goal is fulfilled, whether or not you were directly involved. If a murder occurs, convince everyone to remain together to protect each other for a full 5 minutes. I would probably say offer to help half of the characters. Slasher. For some reason, you've always wanted to kill your classmates. You know you're not alone. You and only you do not have to choose one option prior to starting the game. Your points can stack. Repress your urges. Don't kill anyone the whole game. Kill characters in Act 2, which is 1 point per kill. Or kill characters in Act 3, which is 3 points per kill. It's easy to get caught. The longer you wait and the more selectively you kill, the more likely you'll succeed. I would probably kill characters in Act 3. It's the most points, and also, like they said for the suggestion here, if you're killing everyone off in Act 2, then you're going to be like the last one and everyone's going to know it's you, so they're going to run away from you. So I'll wait till Act 3 to come, slashing people. Secret journalist. And this says, you've always dreamed of becoming an investigative reporter. These awful people could kickstart your career. Get 3 members from other teams to confess something bad they did in high school. Get 3 photos of characters from other teams looking sinister. Interview a character outside your team about why they would kill someone. If they do kill, you succeed. Reveal at the end. Suggestions, record notes of what people say. You just go with the first one and get 3 people to confess something bad they did in high school. Creep. Aside from your friends, people always thought there was something wrong with you. Maybe they were right. So follow different members of other teams until confronted 3 times. At 3 different times, secretly take photos of people who aren't on your team. Secretly watch a character get killed and do nothing to help them. And the suggestion is hide as needed. Just take pictures of people. I feel like I could just act like I'm being on my phone. Guilty. You've done something horrible and someone from another team knows about it. You choose who. Get this character to raise their hand and swear they won't tell anyone about you. If this character dies, your mission succeeds whether or not you were directly involved. Directly cause them to die by working with the slasher or use an artifact. Protector. Someone from another team saved you from an awful situation. You choose who. You want to return the favor. Give them an artifact or use an artifact to help them. Or if they aren't killed by the game's end, your goal is fulfilled. Stay by their side for all of Act 2 or 3. They can't score points during this time, but they'll be safe. I just give them an artifact. Help them out. Vengeful. Someone from another team picked on you ruthlessly. You choose who. Your hatred has only grown with time. Tell them to their face that you want them to die. If they are dead by the game's end, your goal is fulfilled. Directly cause this character to die by working with the slasher or using an artifact. And suggestion is share what they did to you with many people. Go with if they're dead by the game's end, your goal is fulfilled. And I guess the whole idea is to hopefully tell like the slasher what they did to you, so then the slasher will kill. Prankster. People took high school way too seriously. Have fun with them and their overinflated egos. Take an unflattering photo of someone outside your team and share it with everyone except that person. I wouldn't do that like in real life before the game. I think that could be so funny. Fake your own death, screaming and yelling until at least half the players investigate. Convince someone outside your team to use an artifact against someone who doesn't deserve it. Secret crush. You've always had feelings for someone outside your team. Can you ignite a flame? Profess your lasting love for them. Woo your love by giving them an artifact. Score both an Act 2 and Act 3 goal with them. Frightener. Someone from another team enjoyed terrifying you in the halls. Now it's your turn. Inform all players that the person who tormented you is going to die. Scare that person enough that they use an artifact against you. Acquire the Gaze of Dread artifact and use it against them. I would probably just inform all the other players who tormented you is going to die. Nemesis. Someone from another team always performed better than you in everything. It was maddening. Use an artifact against this player. Score more goals than this player. Ensure that no one on your team ever goes anywhere alone with this character, preventing that player from scoring from your teammates. So last we have Sheriff. You were jumped in high school. They never found the attacker. Ever since then, you've sought justice. One time only, accuse a character of carrying poison. If accurate, the player must return it to the artifact pouch. One time only, accuse a character of murder. If correct, the character gains no further points for future kills and your mission succeeds. Catch a murder in the act by hiding and watching. So those are all of the secret missions. Now I really want to see what we have in this pouch here. So there's this little red pouch. Are these like the artifacts? I'm going to share the front and back of each one. A Black Widow, and then on the back, I'll read what it says. If someone kills you, they die instead. There's rules, and the rules are, you may show this artifact after the person thinks they killed you. The player should die silently. Using this makes you a killer. And the tip is helpful for finding the slasher. It's one-time use only, and you have to return it to this pouch at the end of the act. Shield. So this one says, once activated, no one can kill you for the remainder of the act. And then the rules are, activate by displaying at the front of your character ID holder, protects against the dagger and deadly artifacts, but not effects like the scorpion. Use at start of an act for maximum effect. These are all, I think, one-time use only. Scorpion, show to one player to paralyze them in place for 60 seconds. The affected player should freeze abruptly and silently in mid-action. You can use it at any time. And it's an excellent tool for helping the slasher, useful for fleeing danger. Time Stopper. This one says, everyone in the room or immediate vicinity must freeze for 30 seconds. Yell freeze to activate. Countdown begins only after everyone freezes, ideally in mid-action. Use at any time. Show this card as needed, useful for fleeing danger. Decoy. Force another player to give you their artifact. If the player has already activated or used the artifact, the decoy is wasted. If the player has more than one artifact, they choose which one to relinquish. You'll probably upset the player you use this on, so be selective. Wild. Search the pouch and take any artifact you desire. All properties of the new artifact apply. Use at any time. Tip, this artifact also allows you to see what artifacts are not in play. Seance Candle. Force one ghost to answer 3 yes/no questions truthfully. If the ghost doesn't know the answer, they should remain silent. It's helpful for finding the slasher. And then we have 2 of Gaze of Dread. Force one player to flee from you at any time you look at them. Show to one player only, affects them even if they look away, lasts only until end of act, use at any time, and it's excellent protection against the character. And then we have 2 of the Hypnotic Rainbow. Show in private to force a character to reveal their secret mission. The affected player must identify the specific mission they choose. This is the only time when a secret objective card can be shown to others. Can reveal the slasher, but also helps confirm allies. 3 poison cards. When alone with one character, show this artifact to silently kill them. The victim dies instantly. Using this makes you a killer. Used for protection or to eliminate the top scorer of another team. Okay, so that's all the artifacts. I'm going to put them back in this little pouch here. I think what I'm most excited for are all of the ID holders. We have Shay Strange, which is supposed to be a rebel. And then on the back, it just gives you the whole story of who they were and everything like that. So let's go through this. Shay Strange is a visionary. Who you were in high school. High school was always too small a place for you. In fact, reality was too small a place for you. You've always had a connection to non-physical realms, leading to constant teasing. Maybe in death, these people will finally understand what you see in life. Then you get to pick who you are now. 3 different options. You can be an occultist, a mystic, or occultist. For each one, you have specific things you're supposed to do during each act. This is the last thing that's included in the box, so if you all want to sit here and listen to me go through, you can. So an occultist, you have a powerful premonition that the dead will join you and your classmates this evening. Act 1, connect with your team and strategize. Act 2, get another person to affirm their belief in ghosts. Act 3, get someone to call the dead by forming a symbol in the air and chanting, "Come out, spirits." The next is mystic, which is forces of a higher power are in your operation tonight. You're determined to share this glory with your ignorant peers. For Act 1, with all of them, I don't know if it's the same with other things, you just connect with your team and strategize. Act 2, get another character to affirm belief in a higher power. Act 3 is get another character to perform a blessing or ritual to cleanse the house. Okay. Cultist, you don't expect everyone to understand the metaphysical power of your deceased leader, but that won't stop you from sharing their enlightened power. So same thing again with Act 1. Act 2, get someone to confess that something profound is missing in their life. Act 3, get a person to call out your deceased leader's name 3 times. Echo their calls as they do so. I'm not sure which one I would have chose there. Emerson Ingot. They are an artist. Who you were in high school. Space Case was your first and last name back in school, but that's only because you see things that no one else can see. The world of art. Okay, so who you are now. An art theorist. The only thing more lofty than making art is talking about it, and that's what you do best. Act 1, again, same thing. Act 2, get someone to insult the design of an item in the area. Act 3, get someone to draw something in the air, then analyze it critically. Modern Picasso is another one you can choose. Pain inspires your painting, and there's no better place to look for it than from your former classmates. So Act 2, get someone to say you're talented. Act 3, get someone to share a personal tragedy that you can use to inspire your art. And then there's Performance Artist. The human form is among the most expressive. You'll use it to entertain, to create, and if the occasion calls for it, to destroy. Act 2, contort your body as a performance and get someone to affirm it's a nice performance. And Act 3, get someone to pose in a bizarre posture, then critique its artistic merit. So this is everything that is on the back here. Robin Rodersky, they are a convict. So who you were in high school. People always said that you were from the wrong side of the tracks, and who are you to prove them wrong? A little bit of shoplifting at 13 was fun, but why stop there? These people deserve to be stolen from or worse. You are now wrongfully accused. You were in the wrong place at the wrong time. At least that's what you tell people. Now it's up to you to clear your name. Get someone to say that they believe you were innocent, and then get a person to raise their right hand and swear that no matter who dies, they won't accuse you of killing anyone. There is cat burglar. There are crimes of passion and there are crimes of ingenuity. You provide yourself on the latter. This reunion is full of opportunity. Then you have to learn where the person hides their valuables at home and then get the person to show you their artifact. That seemed kind of hard. And then there's thug. Who the heck do these people think they are? Do they think they're better than you? Guess again, morons. High school was the last time you let anyone push you around. Get someone to agree that sometimes violence is the best solution, and then suddenly stop talking and stare at the person until they walk away from you. I would 100% go with thug. So all 3 of those people that I just talked about, they are all rebels. And then we're moving on to Jocks now. Sammy Sawtooth. They're a rancher. Who they were in high school. Throwing clay at kids in ceramics class was your favorite pastime. Now you're putting your hands to good use, building real things. So what that you're totally broke. Some of these people are so useless, it's a wonder they bother living. Who you are now. And truck enthusiast. I can't say that word. Truck enthusiast. Few things in this world are better than being proud of more than your truck. The bigger the better. People better get out of the way. Here you come. Facts. Get a person to agree that Ford is better than Chevy. And then get someone to imitate the sound of a Chevy, then do your own Ford engine sound impression. Hunter. Few things in life are more fulfilling than killing. Sure, you'll eat it. Sure, hunters do more to save the wilderness than any other group. But what matters is the thrill of the kill. Get another person to say who of the people at the reunion would be most fun to track and hunt. For Act 3, get someone to make a finger gun and pull the trigger, then ask how it felt. Or you could be a survivalist. The end is coming and you know it. When it does, you'll outlive all these pompous blowhards. Get a person to agree that weapon stockpiling is a must. Get someone to ask for your protection when the end comes. We have Bobby Brood, and he is a parent. Who you were in high school. Remember the person who shamelessly made out with people in the hallway? That was you. You become the most important thing a person can be, a parent. Who you are now. PTA president. The world is full of injustices and you need get them solved one after school meeting at a time. These people need to do more for the world, or at least make more cupcakes. Get a person to agree that public education is appalling, and then get another person to sit down for 10 seconds and think about the children. There's a gold digger. Everyone knows the best way to get rich, marry into money. Her. The length of marriage doesn't matter, but the alimony sure does. Her. Is anyone here single? Get someone to agree that marrying for money is smart. Get a person to introduce you to who they believe the wealthiest person at the party. Or you can go with fertile. You've always had someone by your side. Nowadays you have 8 of them. 8 kids, that is. It's the most important job in the world and the world owes you some help. Get a person to agree babies are wonderful. Get someone to touch your belly or biceps to feel your virility. I don't want to be having 8 kids. I am not no John and Kate plus 8 out here. Bo Oltz, which is another jock, and he is actually an athlete. Who you were in high school. Books are for nerds. That's why you nearly failed out of high school. What really matters is that you were an athlete, a true champion. Now you just have to convince everyone that you're still ruler of the roost. Who you are now. You can be a personal trainer. You used to be the best shot putter on the track team. You also used to be called Bo the Blimp. Now you're in perfect shape. This is your chance to truly shine. Get a person to agree health is the most important thing, and get a person to perform a physical exercise. You can be unemployed. It's been a few years since your last job, but these people all know you're a big deal. You were a star athlete. Maybe you have to remind them. Get a person to refer to you as bro. Get someone to high-five you for an athletic event you accomplished in high school. Or you can be a gym teacher. You're not afraid to show everyone that you're still big dog in the locker room, even if the locker room is a bunch of 7th graders. So get someone to agree that you look like the athlete you were in high school, and get someone to do something physical, then tell them to do it again and try harder. We have Charlie Plessinger. They are a politician. Who you were in high school. Next to the student body president, you've always been the best loved person in school. That's why you deserve to be recognized as the most charismatic person at this reunion. Who you are now. You can be a mayoral candidate. You decided to give back to the community by running for mayor. Get someone to agree that you'd make an excellent mayor for the city of Darkridge, and then get someone to shake your hand and promise you their vote. You can be a humanitarian. You're determined to use your good looks and charming personality to give back to the world. It's important that people recognize how generous you are. Get someone to agree that compassion for strangers is what the world needs most, and get someone to hold up their right hand and promise to donate money to your favorite charity. Or you can be an egomaniac. You're the best. Anyone who doesn't see that way is clearly an idiot who needs to be educated. And you have to have a conversation with someone where you begin every sentence with the word I 5 times in a row, and then get someone to retell a story where you were popular and well-liked in school. We have Jocelyn Van Tassel. They are a rebel again, and they are now a stylist. Ooh, I'd probably pick this one. You've always known better than those desperate, conforming morons in high school. Granted, you haven't really left Darkridge yet, but so what? Who you are now, you can be a fashionista. Most of these people are wearing something you wouldn't be caught dead in. They need your help. Get a person to compliment your attire, and get someone to turn around 3 times to show you their outfit. You can be an improver. These people need a makeover. Lucky for them, you're here to give it, as well as backhanded compliments. Get someone to agree that changing something about their hair, makeup, or clothing would be beneficial. Convince someone they have something on their face and get them to attempt to brush it off. Or you could be a gossiper. Knowledge is power, and you already know so much about the insidious lives of these people. Won't it be fun to learn more of their dirty little secrets? Get someone to trash talk about someone else. Get someone to share a secret about themselves. Now we're moving on to geeks, and we have Dr. Heartless, and they're obviously a doctor. Who you were in high school, always excelled. This didn't quite translate to popularity in school, but now you're affluent and successful. Surely your peers will see just how valuable you are. Who you are now, you can be a plastic surgeon. You enjoy preying on people's vanity and making money doing it. Maybe a few old classmates will become new clients tonight. As always, Act 1, you just connect with your team and strategize. Act 2, get another person to agree that everyone would benefit from some sort of cosmetic surgery. And then get a person to agree that they should have plastic surgery performed on a specific future of theirs. You can be a psychotherapist. Everyone has their demons, especially if they went to Darkridge. So get a character to agree that therapy is inherently good, and then get someone to reveal why they should see a therapist. Or you can be a heart surgeon. If there's one thing you like more than cutting into people, it's making tons of money doing it. So get someone to agree that watching surgery being performed is fun, and get a person to agree having you operate on them. Dana Compson, and they are now a computer whiz. Who you were in high school. Ones and zeros are the language of the future. Spoken language is hard. It involves people and you never really understood them. It wasn't so good back in high school, but now you've got a great paycheck. You deserve respect. So who you are now, you can be a hacker. Money and reputation, they now live online, and you know how to manipulate both. Aside from your friends, those jerks in high school all deserve to get hacked. Get someone to share their favorite password with you, and then get someone to let you examine their phone or wallet. You can be a software engineer. You're building the future. Who cares that you didn't know about deodorant until last year? You're smarter than they are anyway, and ready to prove it. Get someone to agree that PCs outperform Macs. I couldn't even reason with that one. Get someone to acknowledge that you were the smartest person in high school. Or you could be cybersecurity. The very air is wrought with security threats. The government, decrypted messages, spying foreigners. The world is an ugly place and only you know how to protect it. So get someone to agree that cybersecurity is the most important form of security nowadays. Get someone to share something they would never want computer hackers to know about them. Josie King, another geek, and they are a thespian, I think is how it's pronounced. Who you were in high school. Life exists to give you attention because heaven knows you didn't get enough of it at home. You made sure people noticed you in school no matter how annoying you had to be, and while your career has yet to lead to stardom, it will. You can be a struggling actor. Your job as a server is an insult. These people don't need to know about it. Instead, you'll show everyone that you deserve a place on the big screen. Get another person to affirm you will be a star, and get a person to quote a movie, then quote it yourself, but do it better. Master of theater, all the world is your stage, and you deserve to be treated as such. If they won't give you what you want, simply demand it of them. Get a person to pronounce theater as theatre. Get another person to compliment you for your good looks or charming personality. Or you can be a comedian. You believe in the healing power of humor, even if you're the butt of the joke. And get another person to tell you a joke, and get someone to do a silly dance with you. The last one we have is Casey Vanderloom, another geek. And they are a teacher. Developing young minds is what it's all about. Okay, maybe sometimes it's about validating yourself. Heaven knows you didn't get enough of that when you were in high school. But now as a teacher, surely your classmates will respect you. So you can be a cool teach. Remember the teacher everyone had a crush on? That's you, or so you'd like to think. And you're ready to show your classmates that you deserve every bit of attention. Get another person to say you're cool, and then get someone to do something physical, then use a slang term to compliment the person. Dude, that was killer. You can be a disciplinarian. You didn't have much control over how kids treated you, now you do. Get someone to agree that teachers must have complete control of students in class, and get someone to demonstrate good spanking technique. And lastly, you can be a science teacher. Science is so cool, just keep saying it until people believe you. Get a person to agree that science teachers are more adventurous than any kind of teacher. And then get someone to drop an object to demonstrate the power of gravity. That's everything that is included to play this game. I'm gonna attempt playing this on Thanksgiving, y'all, and I will let you know how it goes. If you have any questions about this game or anything like that, or if you have played it, let me know how it went for you. I'm actually really intrigued. I don't know if there's any videos on here of like anyone playing it, like kind of in a vlog style, but I might have to check that out because I want to see how people play it themselves and like how they get into character. Hope you enjoyed this video of me going over this game, and thank you again to Starlux Games for reaching out and sending this over to me. I appreciate it, and I will have a link for this down in my description, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.